And speaking of All Lives Matter, we're not going to All Lives Matter Black History Month. We're not going to do that. Black History Month originated from Negro History Week, established in February 1926 by historian Carter G. Woodson and the Association for the Study of African American Life and History to coincide with the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass.
Oh, how they change up, how they change up, how they change up. Now, Dante Kyle, it seems like ever since Bernice King came out and spoke out against Shaboozey and his Grammy speech, right? And she said, make sure you remember the children of chattel slavery that was not immigrants, that built the foundation of this country. She wrote it. So now you have Roly Poly changing his tune, and now you have this guy, right? Dante Kyle, right? It was all good just last week ago. You was going in on FBA saying that we outside, we ain't doing nothing, putting us all together as a gang, saying we was a hate group, just linking us up with just a whole bunch of foolishness, right? A whole bunch of foolishness. Now all of a sudden, you want to use FBA talking points. You want to use FBA talking points, but want to disrespect FBA at the same time. A lot of y'all are hypocrites, right? Y'all hate the fact that it's groups of young people and older people that are separated from that Democratic plantation and ain't riding with them Republicans and went right in the gray area in the middle and said, hey, we going to self-identify. We ain't rocking with none of this stuff that you guys are saying. Y'all are upset. But then when it's convenient, y'all want to use the talking points, right? You went after Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed responded because you was going crazy. But let's first look at some of the talking points that you're saying now, right? After Bernice King made her statement.
Black History Month.
That's right.
Happy Black History Month. Speaking of the Grammys, Shaboozey.
Shaboozey.
All right, Shaboozey.
What do you do now, son?
Shaboozey, I ain't gonna take up too much of your time. I understand immigrating to America, having parents immigrate to America and sacrifice so that you can have a better opportunity. Immigrants did not build America. Okay? America was built off the genocide of the native people and the enslavement of the African people. Of slave labor.
Yeah.
Immigrants have definitely contributed to American culture, to American history throughout the duration. But if we're going to talk about what built this country is the genocide of indigenous people.
Facts.
And the enslavement of African American people.
Super facts.
That's it. Full stop. We're not going to be ahistorical about it. We're not going to tell people who were kidnapped and trafficked that they're immigrants. We're not doing that.
No.
That is literally the opposite of the definition of immigration. Immigration is a choice. Kidnapping and enslavement is not a choice. And the genocide laid the foundation, and the blood and enslavement and chattel enslavement and human trafficking of Africans built the West.
Yes.
Built America.
Yes.
Our ancestors built this country. They didn't immigrate over here. They were stolen, trafficked, and enslaved. And their blood and sacrifices built this country. And we're not going to erase that. And we're not going to dilute that. And we're not going to make that an immigrant thing. That's not an immigrant thing. That calling it immigration is ahistorical. We're not doing that. That's erasing the sacrifice, and that's also erasing the atrocities committed by European and Spanish people.
Yes.
So we're gonna start there, full stop. Then during Black History Month, we also aren't gonna mix up the medicine. Okay? 5 years ago, 10 years ago, it's Poppy No Black. Now during Black History Month, I'm seeing a trend of everybody from across the diaspora wanting this to be about them. This is about Black Americans' history in America.
Yeah.
Okay? There isn't like Caribbean Heritage Month in May.
Yeah.
We don't step on that.
There's a Hispanic.
We don't step on nobody. Come over here, step
on it.
We not doing that.
We'll step on you.
Okay? We not doing that. You gonna make me start, you gonna make me get FBA in this month.
All of them.
All right? You want me to call them niggas? Them niggas hiding me right now. I'll still put in the call.
We're still.
I made the phone call to Tariq right now.
Get your ass out of Senegal.
These guys now want to use FBA talking points, but this was the same guy that said that we got that we should have an inclusive society. We should be all inclusive. We shouldn't be gatekeeping nothing. We shouldn't. He was mad at us for the same thing that he's now saying, and he's trying to hold these immigrants accountable for is what he was ridiculing us for last week. Right? Let's look at what Bernice King said, though. It's Black History Month, and I have to ask, are people including enslaved Africans, descendants of those enslaved, and black people whose unjust, low-wage labor sustained the economy in the 1900s as immigrants when they say immigrants built this country? Because chattel slavery was for the express purpose of building the empire. But our ancestors weren't folks who came here seeking a better life. They arrived in chains. We were bred like cattle and severely violated, actually and otherwise. Their trauma shouldn't be diminished or forgotten, even in efforts towards freedom from ICE inhumane, violent tactics. So it's funny how she knew how to separate. She knew how to separate what ICE was doing. She knew exactly how to separate what ICE was doing as opposed to our story. Don't mix what ICE is doing with you immigrants with our story. Our story is separate from y'all's. She even said that. So now all of a sudden, everybody want to have a change of heart. Everybody want to have a change of tune, right? And you have a brother like Godfrey that's from Nigeria. That brother been on the front line for FBA Americans for some time, right? You know, really getting at Africans and re-educating Africans because, like I said, they really got this thing in their mind like they're better than somebody. And it ain't just me talking. Kabir Baja-Miller, who was a former NFL player that played for, was a defensive end for Green Bay Packers. You know, he has a podcast, and Godfrey's always on it. Godfrey had to explain this stuff to this guy where he's trying to say that we're not highlighting the accomplishments of Africans. What wars y'all for then? Y'all wasn't here, right? Check this out.
You study American history, and you really study how African Americans have suffered, you go, aha. You know how many African Americans are hardworking?
Yep.
All about education? Yep. So what are you gonna say? W.E.B. Du Bois, who was the first to get a PhD at Harvard, he wasn't working hard?
Right.
I'm talking about in the early 1900s when they didn't let us have.
Right.
How did he get a PhD at that time? You're talking about Lewis Latimer, who invented the filament for the light bulb. That's the reason why Edison, when they were trying to invent the light bulb, it was all kerosene. So it was exploding. I read the whole book. I read Edison's biography. It was all exploding everywhere. And Lewis Latimer, black dude,
right,
apprentice, that filament that you see in the light bulb is a black man that made it. Because every February was Lewis Latimer.
Right.
But he was the one that created it. When it was, you couldn't, they didn't allow.
But we appreciate that.
We appreciate it, but African Americans have always been hardworking.
But no, African Americans have been hardworking, but I don't know.
But opportunity.
What about the appreciation of the hard work for the immigrants who came to this country and worked hard?
But here's the thing is the Civil Rights Bill is the reason why our parents got to come over here. 1964, Lyndon Baines Johnson, who was one of the most on the planet, had to sign that civil rights. But you know, Martin Luther King is sitting right next to him.
Right, yeah.
So that is the reason why Koreans can come here. Koreans, Indians, Arabs, Nigerians. It's because of the Civil Rights Bill. Right. It's because of African Americans, foundational background, coming in here, being hung, lynched, Jim Crow.
Right.
From slavery was Jim Crow, segregation, Reconstruction, being promised that they were going to get this, fighting every war. They've been, black people fought in every single war and still being disrespected, not being able to buy homes.
Right.
You understand? Burning up of black towns. And people go, well, why ain't they? They saw opportunity. There were black Wall Streets. There were black banks, black hospitals, and they came and burned it.
Like excellence.
They came and burned it because a white woman said somebody them and they never did because a woman lied. So this whole myth of African Americans not seeing opportunity, they did see opportunity, but you imagine, just like colonization in Africa, but imagine everywhere you go, someone is running you out of town. Someone's trying to your son from going to school.
Yeah.
So it's African Americans see opportunities, but the way the ghettos, first of all, you know where the word ghetto comes from, right? It's an Italian word.
Okay.
And there was the island of Ghetto in Venice, where they kept Jewish people. That's where ghetto comes from. They kept Jews on the island of ghetto in Venice, kept them there like a ghetto, and then it transferred over to America because everybody was in the ghettos at one time.
Right.
Italians, Irish, and every black person wasn't a slave. There were black people that were here in America already. They were already here. They were not. I know some black people that are like, I'm not a descendant of slaves. We were already here. You know that black people were already here. Black people already traveled. Yeah. Like seafood. What?
Yeah.
All over the world. We were already. Our black presence is everywhere.
So that's Godfrey educating Kabir Bajabiya Miller, because they really be talking like they know something. But this is the thing. Your family left your country. They fled your country because of the government. Then you come here and you try to say, well, how about us recognizing your accomplishments? What do you mean recognizing your accomplishments? We more than recognize your accomplishments because we fought for your black ass to get here. And back then, under that consciousness back in those days, we fought for you to get here so we can get our numbers up to fight against W supremacy. You came here and start thumbing your nose up because you don't know our story, our history, and start saying that we're not seeking to make a better life for ourselves in America. No, you fled your country. And we fought for you to get here. So now he got to re-educate you. But the thing is, you here in this country, you should already know this stuff. You play in the NFL, you done made money. You should already know the history of the black people that lived in this country prior to you coming here. And then got the audacity to speak on something that you're ignorant to. Right? And you got your Nigerian brother having to educate you. That's a disgrace, right? But let's look at Tariq Nasheed's response, right, to Dante Kyle when he made these disparaging comments, because now he's had to change the tune because of Bernice King. Check this out.
There was a big fat sassy punk, a DNC puppet. He did all of the DNC talking points. This is something coming from the DNC. Let's be very, very clear. You know, they do the thing where they try to frame it as a group. They do a little straw man where they try to frame FBA as a group and then try to attack that. They're attacking the lineage. You know why? There is no group. There's no organization. You're not attacking something that doesn't exist. You're attacking a lineage of people. There is no group. There is no leader. When they start bringing me up, yeah, that leader, y'all ain't outside. The lineage and our delineation is a power move that they were not expecting. This is whooping everybody's ass. They are trying to contain it. These people are very upset that we have stopped the tethering. They are very upset that we've stopped the abuse. We've stopped the hustling of us. You understand? Yeah, if anybody says Tariq is the leader, that's them deliberately lying, wasting your time. And again, he hit on all of the talking points of the DNC. Look, every election cycle, they come around, circle around, try to disparage me, try to discredit me. They've been doing this for like over a decade. They do this every election cycle. Now they're trying to disparage the entire lineage, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, let me play some of this stuff.
It's been nothing. All I see is them niggas calling out other black people all day. That's divisive.
Okay. Ain't that what you doing? Ain't that what you're doing? How was that divisive and that's just what you're doing? You ain't outside. You're too big and fat to be outside. You inside eating. So again, all of that trying to frame FBA as a group that's outside and all that stuff. Well, you got a straw man argument about a group that don't exist, and you're complaining that the non-existent group is not outside doing group stuff. Yeah, there is no group outside because there is no group called Foundational Black American. Foundational Black American, ladies and gentlemen, is a lineage.
So Tariq called him out. So Tariq called this dude out, man, and like he's really changing his tune because he was really coming after us, and he was mad at us for us teaching our history and not being inclusive. He was mad at us for teaching young foundational Black American children who they are, so now they no longer respond to the lie. He had a problem with that. Now he's on his platform using the same talking points. I mean, it's diabolical. He's using it. These guys are using the same talking points because Bernice King came out and blew the whistle. She sounded the trumpet. So now they all getting in formation to go this way, right? Like, man, you guys are the fakest dudes, man. So now all of a sudden you're not inclusive no more. Black History Month is for foundational Black Americans. I thought it was supposed to be all inclusive and allow all groups in. That's what I thought. I mean, based off of what you guys are saying.
And speaking of All Lives Matter, we're not going to All Lives Matter Black History Month. We're not going to do that. Black History Month originated from Negro History Week, established in February 1926 by historian Carter G. Woodson and the Association for the Study of African American Life and History, to coincide with the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. It expanded to a full month in 1976, officially recognized by President Gerald Ford. Now let's take it a step forward. President Gerald Ford officially recognized Black History Month in 1976, urging Americans to seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans. Full stop. We're not going to be ahistorical. We're not going to erase our contribution. We're not going to erase our bloodshed. We're not going to erase the things that we built. We're not going to all lives matter this shit. Okay? We don't step on nobody else. If you have an issue with Black Americans being centered after the sacrifices, the bloodshed that we used to build this fucking country.
Oh man.
The inventions that make your life, everyday life, easier.
Oh, so many inventions.
And the civil rights movement, which allowed you to come over here with the rights that you enjoy now. We're not going to erase Black Americans' history. We're not going to dilute Black Americans' history by lumping everybody in. This is Black History Month for and about the history, achievements, contributions, and just the collective history of Black Americans here in this country, dating back to chattel slavery. This is not about immigrants, and it's not no disrespect to immigrants. Black Lives Matter doesn't mean all lives don't matter. We're talking about Black lives. We're not going to all lives matter Black History Month. And I seen this topic come up. We're not doing that shit. All right? Y'all got y'all time to shine, and niggas don't step on that. Niggas let y'all have that. Niggas don't try to center themselves in the middle of that. When we talk about the Haitian Revolution, niggas don't be like, well, there was American revolts. We don't do that. We don't do that. We let you have your moment. We let you be centered. For the next 28 days, Black Americans will be centered. Period, point blank. Okay? I'm not doing no remixes. Diddy's locked up. The remix is over. No more remixes. Okay? So,
this hypocrisy is disgusting. I mean, it's disgusting. Like, him, Roland Martin, all of them. Now all of a sudden we right. Now all of a sudden y'all want to use the talking points. We never said that we hated Haitians. We just wanted our moment the same way they have their moment. But you guys was running interference, coming out talking about that we were spreading hate. We was a hate group. You guys saying that we was being divisive. Now all of a sudden you using the same talking points. I don't even have to say much. This speaks for itself. I don't have to sit here and talk for 10 minutes. Man, this is crazy, man. This is insane. This is insane. Like, he literally last week was really calling us everything but a child of God and was going in on us the best way he knew how. Now, all of a sudden, after Martin Luther King's daughter made that statement, now all of a sudden he want to use all our talking points and going to say, don't make me call FBA. And going to say that basically Black History Month is not all-inclusive. It's exclusive for us. Oh. Y'all, listen, you know what? I'm doing a live stream on this tomorrow. Y'all got to let me know what y'all think about this, man. What you think about this hypocrite, man? If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.